Your morning blitz begins now.
Yeah, let's get it on a Monday. Going to be a high of 74 today, although this piece of paper here and my phone say different things. And my phone better be right, because I'm not putting up with alert day, extra breezy, and PM scattered showers, because I have a noon tea time, so this is going in the trash.
What are you going to do about it?
Sticking with the phone report, which just says cloudy and a high of 70.
I think you're going to be fine.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured out my entire golf game yesterday while watching the Masters, so I know I'm going to go out and shoot like 79 today. I know it's going to happen.
That does give you like a little boost of energy, though, doesn't it? Watching like the Masters tournament.
100%. 100%.
What is your handicap?
What'd you say? 15.
Okay.
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah. If I shoot over 90, I get really, really mad.
Okay.
Really mad. I want to be in like the 82 range. I want to be like a 10, 11. If I shoot over 85, I'm not happy. If I shoot over 90.
What happens with an over 90? You shoot over 90, what happens? Give me the scenario.
There's a lot of cussing.
Okay.
A lot of frustration.
You throw a club or no?
Don't throw club.
They're expensive, aren't they?
Yeah. I have definitely slapped a club against the ground. You know. Nora always makes fun of me because it's always, Aaron! Oh, Aaron! I'm always yelling at myself.
Oh, yeah, Lauren doesn't call you... Lauren, why did I say Lauren?
I don't know.
Nora doesn't call you Goose.
No, she does not.
Nora does not call you Goose.
But she cracks up when I yell at myself. And in fact, this whole weekend, if you go to my TikTok page, she made a series of videos that she posted on her TikTok page. They're all hashtagged the Masters and things like that. And it's videos of me golfing that she has taken from the golf cart. Because I love when she goes with me. She enjoys sitting out in the sun. She's my caddy. She makes the drinks. But she'll take video. And so she posted like a screw up every day. She posted a different video of me screwing up a shot.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And you had a full weekend.
Yeah.
The whole
absolutely.
family.
The whole family was here.
Was it a blast?
The boys had a good time. Yeah,
Good.
we did Kosai, and they went out to Dave & Buster's at the mall, and we did pins, and coming up here a little bit later, I got to thank a few people for some things they did for us this weekend. We'll talk about that. But then, of course, I had my stop at Tipton Tavern for the tour to the temple, which was amazing. And then I went out to the Bullet Ranch yesterday to visit Ronnie, which, by the way, what a great time. If you go to the Blitz Facebook page, they busted out the Beretta Model S12. Is that what it was called? I don't know my guns. The Beretta Model 12S. Full automatic. Like, go shoot. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm watching him right now. Oh, look at you taking it out.
Yeah. I'll just show you. I'll tell you. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me pull up this picture real quick. Let me show you what happens. Show you what happens if you mess with me.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
You're really getting it around the neck.
Yeah, I'll show
Watch
you.
out.
That's 2 full clips, and I've got about 4 or 5 missed bullets. That whole thing is up in the neck and head area, so don't be messing with me.
No.
David Steele posted, that's cute, and then he's sitting there in his army gear with his gigantic machine gun.
Whatever 50 cal machine gun that is. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not a military weapons provider.
I just love a person who has to one-up you. That's always a fun interaction.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Knife? That's a knife.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what a blast.
I thank you for your service, sir. You are more of a man than I will ever be. I had fun with my little pew-pew, okay?
Nobody can be happy for someone. They always have to one-up you.
Right.
Your cute little gun.
My cute little Beretta Model 12S. Hey, that's the gun that the Pope's Secret Service uses to protect the Pope. That Beretta Model 12S. It's an Italian gun. Yeah.
It does a good job. That guy's old.
Yeah.
He's really made it.
He's made it so far.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, we got a really busy Monday to get to. Let's get it started with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got for us?
All right, Travis Kelce very upset with a certain celebrity for his tweets about, his girlfriend Taylor Swift. And it sounds to me like Travis wants to get in the ring with this celebrity who's tweeting mean things about Taylor Swift. Tell us who the celebrity is. Be first at 99-700 to do that. We'll give you $25 to go spend at waterbeds and stuff.
Let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Vic.
All right, let me quickly say happy birthday to Brenda from Zanesville. She texted in and said she's 54 years young today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Woohoo! All right, the question was, Travis Kelce is very upset with what celebrity for what this celebrity has been saying about his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. And, yeah, you can imagine, Kanye West is the one.
Shocker.
Yeah. He continues to vomit all over Twitter, and he likes to dump on Taylor. But Taylor actually sent him a cease and desist letter after he said she had sex with Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. But a source says Travis Kelce is outraged and wants to have it out with Kanye, man to man, saying that Kelce said, quote, "There must be consequences. West would never dare say this to Taylor's face. This isn't just gossiping. This is sexually harassing a woman, defaming her, and intending to cause harm to her and to her career."
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's causing harm to her career. As a man protecting your woman, I can totally see it.
Plus, Kanye needs somebody to step up and teach him a lesson. And I'm not advocating in serious violence, but this man, he gets no consequences. He's that rich that he doesn't really have to pay for his crimes, other than socially. People don't like him.
Right.
Big deal. He doesn't care about that.
And I agree with you in a way. There are especially when it comes to the affluent and rich people that get away with a lot of stuff that some people might not normally get away with.
Right.
And again, as a man, protecting your woman and standing up for her honor, sure. But at the same time, who cares? The guy's mentally ill. Who cares? Whatever.
Most people do see it as that.
Right.
He's mentally ill.
For 100% he is.
Yeah.
There's zero doubt about that. However, at the same time, I think there are people of a certain generation, like us, Generation X, boomers, that understand. You can tell the people who just haven't been punched in the mouth before.
Right.
And sometimes you need a good punch in the mouth. Sorry.
I could see him basically saying, look, I ran my mouth and didn't realize that I needed help until somebody punched me in the face.
Mouth, right, exactly.
And now I get it.
It is a thing.
There you go.
Two types of people. Those who have not been punched in the mouth before and for consequences to their actions or something they've said, and people who have been punched in the mouth before.
Right.
And there's a clear difference. So, all right, very good. Well, congratulations. And we will have another Blitz Morning Trivia tomorrow morning. Real quick, if you're heading into work this morning, maybe you find yourself a little downtime, or maybe it's Monday and you're like, I really don't feel like working, so you want to kill some time online. Jump on your TikTok and go find Mac Glocky. I've seen him pop up on my FYP a couple times, and there was a video popped up yesterday, and I was like, this guy's so great. He's amazing. He's a musician, a very talented musician, who not only plays multiple instruments, but he sings, and he loves music. And what he does is people make suggestions of a popular song. But what if a certain band sang a popular song? Obviously, two completely different genres. So, this first one, do you remember the song Informer by Snow back in the 90s?
Okay, yeah.
Cheesy one-hit wonder. But in the 90s, we were all bouncing around to this one. Well, take a listen to Matt Glocky.
Korn wrote Informer by Snow. You guys are diabolical, dude.
I mean,
That's good.
He gets the essence of a band and can rearrange the music in a way that's just unbelievable. Do you remember Hey Ya by Outkast?
Oh, yeah.
That was a great song everyone used to dance around to. Still does. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like that? Well, here's Matt Glocky.
If Green Day wrote Hey Ya by Outkast, a lot of you wanted this.
I mean, just genius. To be able to know all these different genres, and again, that's just the essence of a band.
Yeah, he really gets it.
One more. I mean, growing up in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, who didn't enjoy a band or two? Backstreet Boys, Tell Me Why. Or wait, no, what is it? I Want It That Way. That's what it is, yeah. Want it that way. All right, come on. Well, here's Matt Glocke. Take a listen. Alice in Chains doing Backstreet Boys. I mean, come on.
Oh, he made all those songs better.
Yeah. So if you're looking to kill a little time this morning or this afternoon, look up Matt Glocke. He's got, just a ton of videos to check out. He's just awesome. Good for you, sir. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
Coming up next, we got to get to your not-so-breaking news, including emotional support horses. And be careful if you're going to the airport this morning. Those gay airport scanners, they'll get you. I'll tell you about those coming up as well. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's start in Louisiana. I remember it was probably about 3 years ago. I went into a Walmart to return something. I'm standing there at the customer service line, and I look up, and I was like, wait a minute. That woman has a giant snake around her neck.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah, she was standing in the customer service line up at the counter returning something, and sure enough, there was a snake just curled up around her neck, and there were some employees that refused to help her. They're like, I definitely stayed back. One of those strange Walmart things. However, this may top it.
Gosh, you cannot indulge people's proclivities like this. No. No. There has to be a limit, people.
You would think, but apparently these 4 men didn't believe so. In Louisiana, 4 men were just arrested for going to Walmart and, well, take a listen.
Oh, yeah, that's my emotional support animal, basically, yeah.
This man and a group of his friends call themselves the Cutthroat Cowboys. Video of them riding through the Baker Walmart was watched millions of times on WBRZ social media pages. In the video, you can see the riders reining the horses in, and Walmart workers confused on how to handle the situation. Shortly after videos were uploaded, the Baker police issued warrants for their arrest. We caught up with Mason Webb as he and a juvenile turned themselves in to the police department. We asked why they chose to ride through the store. Their answer, why not?
We just went in there, rode. We always ride to Baker, and we just wanted to do it that day. Hey.
Both Webb and the juvenile faced misdemeanor charges of disturbing the peace by violent and tumultuous manner, entry on or remaining after forbidden, and unlawful posting of criminal activity for notoriety and publicity.
I mean, it was fun. We went famous. That's all. We didn't want to hurt nobody or nothing.
Yeah, well, don't ride your horse through Walmart.
That is a bizarre video to watch, man.
Literally, it's not like he's holding on to the reins and the horse is walking behind him like a dog on a leash. No, they're on the horse riding through the Walmart.
Like the Walmart workers are confused on how to handle it. What's confusing here? Call the police. You're not allowed to ride your horses in the Walmart. I know that sounds Karen-y of me, but we need to put limits on people's behavior here.
Now, here's my question though. You say you're not allowed to ride your horse through Walmart.
Yes,
says
you're not.
Who? Is that in the rule book?
Did we have to have a rule that states you can't?
I'm playing devil's advocate
here.
From
a legal standpoint, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Go to court and say, where does it say you can't ride your horse through the Walmart?
All right.
Especially if it's an emotional support animal.
Does it have a diaper on? Because I don't want to be rolling my cart through your horse's poop.
I don't have a diaper on at Walmart.
Just ploppity plop plop all up and down aisle 7.
You walk naked around Walmart and poop at will?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
I don't.
That's not really an issue.
Man.
I don't know. It's a weird thing when it comes to the legal standpoint, but they did induce panic.
They did induce panic, and apparently they now, from what the news article said, there are now laws in place like taking video just for notoriety.
Right.
And if you're doing it just for notoriety, then that can cause an issue. So don't go riding your horse through Walmart. That's all I'm saying. This second story, if you are on your way to the airport now or you have some travel coming in your near future, you may want to be careful. Because according to 4th Street Evangelical Church preacher Andrew Eisker, you want to probably ask a TSA agent for the pat-down instead of going through the scanners. Because apparently the scanners are turning people gay. So instead, what you do is you ask a man to pat you down all over your body. Take a listen to what he had to say on this podcast.
I had to be molested at the airport to go to Florida, right? Just to get on an airplane because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine. It appears having a guy touch you all over the place is on its face seems worse, but you don't really know what those things are doing to you. So
where the imaging goes, or what?
Because it's like
I'm doing in the back room.
They can just take a picture of me
sort of
naked, like no.
All right, so we all know what's going on here. This guy's gay.
100%. Are you serious? Who? How? What?
I'd rather have a dude pat me down than go through the... Oh, my gosh, the X-ray. Okay.
And not to mention, has this man never seen an X-ray? What, are they just going to see me standing there naked? No, they're going to see your fat-ass bones is what they're going to see. Like, what? What?
You were gay. Okay.
Sir, just admit. You will be so much happier when you admit it. Your life will get so much better when you can just be yourself.
He's gay.
100%. That's your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. Had an amazing weekend full of Tour to the Temple stops. Got to get out and about. Tipped a tavern on Saturday. So much fun. Played a few games, gave away some gift cards. Gave away a pair of 4-day general admission stadium passes. Then I joined Ronnie yesterday at the Bullet Barn. Had a great time there. And I'm going to be on the next stop coming up this Friday at Pastimes Bar in Grandview. It's a 1-hour stop from 7 to 8. So come on out. We're going to be registering people every 15 minutes. The earlier you get there, the more chances you have to drop your name in the bucket there. We'll give away some gift cards. And, of course, by the end of it, someone's going to win those passes, the 4-day stadium general admission passes to Sonic Temple. And, of course, you can also get qualified for that Sonic Temple-themed guitar from Bud Light as well. So would love to see you out there and come join the festivities. It's going to be a good time.
I think I will.
Are you going to come out?
I think so.
You should. Yeah. Absolutely. Come hang out. So last night, spent the majority of the afternoon plopped on the couch watching the Masters. Cried. I enjoyed. Nora called. Nora's best friend is also... Nora's best friend's boyfriend is a golfer. And so she sent Nora a picture of her boyfriend crying. And then Nora sent her a picture of me crying. And it's like, yeah, Rory wins. I mean, come on. It was it was one of the craziest Masters ever. Just up and down and up and down, and Rory ends up winning, and he completes the Masters, and he crumbled, and he cried, and I was crying for him. It was just unbelievable.
Emotional, yeah.
But then getting to sleep was a little difficult. So preparing for the week. It's a Monday. Got a busy week ahead. I took a gummy and an extra little bite of gummy just to make sure I slept well.
Oh, boy. Okay.
But as I was dozing off to sleep, that gummy kind of kicked in, and my brain started to roam a little bit. So I was taking some notes, and I wanted to share some of my gummy thoughts with you that I had before I fell asleep last night. Like, if you buy a bigger bed, the bigger the bed you buy, you have more bedroom, but you also have less bedroom.
Right.
2 words in one word,
Oh, my
right?
God.
Yes, exactly.
What a thought.
Exactly.
I had to chew on that for a second. I'm stone cold sober.
Speaking of beds, by the way, beds are just wireless chargers for humans.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's right.
I mean,
That
just
is great.
put it right down on there, and there you go. Just a wireless charger. Thought about this after the gummy kicked in. I was trying to fall asleep. Technically, the brain named itself.
Oh, didn't it? Yes.
Huh? You look a bit shocked there, Thick.
Dude. I need a gummy now.
I'm telling you. Yeah? Something to ponder on. Before I fell asleep, this gummy thought entered my brain. Is a gingerbread man made of house, or is the house made of flesh?
Good question.
Something to think about.
Yes.
Something to think about. I thought about this before falling asleep as the gummy and a half kicked in. You can tell if you're officially old by what happens when you fall down. Like if people point and laugh, you're still young. If they come rushing over to help you, you're officially old.
Yes,
very true.
They get a little concern-a-kiss. But they only do that for old people. So. This also crossed my mind. If you've got a meeting coming up and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through, think about this. Darth Vader could fall asleep during Imperial meetings and no one would ever know.
Yes, true.
I mean, they would never know his eyes were closed. They would never know he was snoring. Ever.
Oh, my gosh.
And finally, this is the last thing I had before I went off into Sleepyland. Speaking of Star Wars, why don't Jedis turn off their opponent's lightsabers by just force pressing the button on the side of the lightsaber? Like, they can move anything.
There's a plot hole for
Yeah.
you.
So just as the dude's about to swing, you just force press, and then the lightsaber goes away, and he's like, son of a bitch. Just a few thoughts I had before falling asleep last night. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
A Donato's employee is hospitalized after being shot last night outside the restaurant in Clintonville. Columbus police called to the shop in the 3400 block of North High Street shortly before 11 p.m. Authorities say the shooting happened during a car break-in at the restaurant. The worker taken to Riverside in stable condition. No word yet on a suspect. Authorities say a man scaled a 7-foot-high iron security fence in the middle of the night, eluded police, and broke into the Pennsylvania governor's mansion, where he set a fire that left significant damage and forced Governor Josh Shapiro, his family, and guests to evacuate the mansion. The man captured later in the day yesterday identified as 38-year-old Cody Ballmer from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He is expected to face charges of attempted murder, terrorism, aggravated arson, and aggravated assault. Shapiro says he, his wife, their 4 children, 2 dogs, and another family had celebrated Passover on Saturday, and they were all awakened by state troopers pounding on their doors at about 2 a.m. Sunday. They were able to get out of the house. Firefighters put out the blaze, which badly damaged the south wing. We'll stay in Pennsylvania, where a 52-year-old woman has been arrested for allegedly booking more than 400 rooms at the Comfort Suites in Cumberland County and then no-showing on all of them. Authorities say it started on January 1st. Taryn Dixon told the hotel she was reserving some rooms as Christmas gifts. But no one ever showed to the reservations for the month of January. So authorities told her, hey, Taryn, you're not allowed to book rooms anymore within a 200-mile radius of your home.
Yeah.
So stop doing it. We'll end this whole situation here if you just quit doing it. But she kept doing it for weeks. She was reserving room after room after room. She was finally arrested this month and charged with felony theft. She was released on bail and then made 100 more reservations.
What?
Okay, what is wrong with her?
She has been arrested again. She'll be in court on Wednesday. Investigators say in all, she cost the hotel a couple $1,000s, but she did attach legitimate credit cards to these reservations, so she was charged no-show fees the entire time, which she's on the hook for.
She's going to file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, I mean, what a weird move. What are you getting out of this?
That's just a weird sickness.
Isn't it?
Yeah. That's weird. That's odd.
Never heard of such a thing. Getting some. Maybe this hotel really did her wrong in the past.
You would think if she's using a credit card with her name on it,
yeah,
put her on the no reservation, the no fly list, the no reservation.
I do.
When they type her into the computer, it says no.
I feel like it's an easy fix, but I'm not sure why they continue to take her reservations. But
the second the customer service agent types her name into the computer, the big
now she was giving fake names. And she was using like city officials and all that stuff. But your credit card has to have your name attached. I don't know if she's given a fake name for the credit card and then they found out later. I don't know.
Unless it was like a Visa gift card. Could that have been?
But then you're spending money on the Visa gift card.
Right.
But she's not spending that money.
Man, back in the day, we just used to have a pizza delivered to somebody's house, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hundreds of rooms, yeah. They just need... They need the name search, and then just the giant Family Feud red X comes up on the computer screen. Turn it off.
All right, those are your three things.
All right, a couple news stories here that really just make you go, wait, what? And this first one is definitely a wait, what kind of story, but also it might be from the fact that, well, I'm probably a little jealous. To be honest, if I'm going to look deep down and really take an internalized look at how it makes me feel, it's probably jealousy. The story comes from San Diego, where the newly elected city attorney Heather Ferbert just promoted one of her top deputies to a freshly created executive position that pays $300,000 a year. Also includes all the benefits of being a government employee, things of that, which, of course, usually is pretty good. Jean Jordan is her name, and she was appointed the county council of Northern California, and then was lured away to go to San Diego. But here's the thing. She got the job. She got the benefits. She got the $300,000 a year salary, and then left on a 4-month worldwide cruise where she was permitted to work remotely and is still collecting her benefits, her salary, and everything.
She's doing remote work from a cruise. Oh.
$300,000 a year to go on a 4-month worldwide cruise.
That's a good gig if you can get it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Where can I get a job like that?
How do you get a job like that? A little bit of jealousy, but at the same time, how are you the city... How are you an attorney and not in your office or in a courtroom? I mean, unless your job is just to, sign the paper, read over the contracts and sign the paper to make sure everything's legit. Maybe you're not a litigator. Maybe you're not, in the courtroom all the time. But to get a government tax-paid job of $300,000 a year and then go on a 4-month cruise?
Is she paying for that? I hope.
I would hope. I would absolutely hope.
It's like a friend doing another friend a favor, it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
That is ridiculous. It really is. I mean, what? You go into your job interview and you sit down and go, oh, by the way, though, I am going on a 4-month vacation. Yeah. So can we work something out?
I'll work. Don't worry. I'll work remotely, but I'm not going to be in the office for 4 months because I'm going on a worldwide cruise. The head official, the head city attorney says, as head of the independent city department, the city attorney has the authority to allow temporary telework arrangements for office employees on a case-by-case basis. Temporary, 4 months seems a little bit longer than temporary. And going on a cruise. And you know for a fact you're not working full-time. The whole thing about a cruise is to check out the excursions and, go visit all these different places.
Like, I can't meet. They just set out the new buffet. What are you talking about?
Right, absolutely. This second story is coming from Atlanta, I believe. I'm sorry, no, Australia. I knew it started with an A. Close.
Yeah, close.
Atlanta and Australia, about close. And I feel like this is either another crazy story or we have talked about this story before, and this is a follow-up. Because I kind of remember something like this. But an Australian woman... has avoided jail time this past Monday, but is on probation after she had plans to sell 2 human toes on the black market because she worked at an animal shelter and a dog regurgitated 2 human toes.
She tried to sell them?
She kept them put them in formaldehyde, and tried to sell them online. Who's buying regurgitated human toes? Just out of curiosity.
It's got to be like a Jeffrey Dahmer type. It's got to be somebody who is like wants to eat them or is collecting human body parts. Like this person you don't want to run into in a dark alley.
Joanna Kathleen Kinman, a 48-year-old who worked at the animal shelter in southeastern state of Victoria in Australia, found the remains in February of 2024 when the dog regurgitated them. The dog had been threatened to a shelter and had, because she had eaten parts of her owner's body after the owner died of natural causes.
Okay, do you adopt that dog out? I mean, it has a taste for human flesh.
Does it have a taste for human flesh now?
Yeah.
And you're like,
at least you got to warn the people who are adopting the dog, right?
Just so you know.
Like, disclosure here.
Disclosure. The dog's name is Cujo. And
vomited up two human toes.
Here's the thing. When police did raid her apartment, they found out she had a lot more than just human toes. She had kept an alligator claw, a bird skull, a guinea pig trotter, and her children's teeth were also sitting in a jar.
Oh, listen, my mom kept our teeth.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She did.
You can't do that.
She did. Little separate boxes, almost like jewelry boxes, tiny.
No.
With our names on them.
No.
They're not anywhere. Yeah, they're gone now. I don't know where they ended up getting tossed, but when we were kids. No, they were in little Lazarus boxes. Do you remember those tiny boxes, Thick? The Lazarus boxes? Like jewelry, where you'd buy jewelry? Yeah, all of our little baby teeth were in Lazarus boxes.
Okay, Hannibal. No, that is not.
Do you think that's weird?
That is so weird.
Are you sure?
100%.
Oh, all right, people, text us.
The tooth fairy comes, collects the tooth, and then throws it away.
That's how we found out there was no tooth fairy, because we found the boxes of our human teeth. Wait, is that weird, you guys?
That is so weird.
Text us at 99700. Do you keep your kids' teeth?
Did you just hear the sentence you just said?
I did. I still don't think it's weird.
We found the box of human teeth. I heard that exact same line on CSI Sex Crimes or whatever show that was.
What?
That is not okay.
Parents want to keep anything from when their kids are young. They keep locks of their hair. They'll keep all kinds of stuff. I don't. We never kept their teeth.
No, that's just straight up odd. It's 99.7 The Blitz. Hey, if you want some live music in your life, we've got your opportunity this Saturday. Bodaflex is going to be performing with Broken Habits and This Day Forever and Electric Dream Machine, all at Newport Music Hall this Saturday. Tickets on sale at AXS.com if you want to go. Save you $50 because tickets are about $25 a piece. Who doesn't want to save some money nowadays?
And that's always a good time with Boba Flex.
Absolutely. In fact,
like see you out there.
What's that?
I'd like to see you out there.
Saturday night. That's a possibility. Nora's in town.
Yeah,
we're golfing Saturday, and then she picked out a restaurant. So yeah, we might actually swing by. Here's the deal: if you want to go, 800-821-9970. We're going to play Connections. It's very simple. I'm going to give you 4 words, and you just have to tell me what those 4 words have in common.
Oh,
just like that, and we will take guesses until we get a winner at 800-821-9970 right now. Here are the 4 words. And this one either is going to be very simple or extremely difficult. I can't tell which. Your 4 words are salt, ice, vanilla, and post. Salt, post. P-O-S-T, post. Salt, ice, vanilla, and post. 800-821-9970 right now. What do these 4 things have in common? What is the connection between those 4 things? The first person who can tell us is going to win. Kelly, you're holding your chin deep in thought.
Yeah. I love games like this.
Don't say anything yet. Yeah. Do you have an idea, Kelly, or no?
What was the third one? Salt, ice,
vanilla, and post.
I guess. Maybe I have a...
Write down your guess real quick. I want to take a peek at your piece of paper there. 800-821-9970 right now. Give us a call. You want to win Boba Flex tickets? And we'll see if Kelly is incorrect. I can tell you that much. All right. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
What's the 4 words? I didn't hear the 4 words.
Oh, salt, ice, vanilla, post. Salt, ice, vanilla, post. What do those 4 words have in common?
Ice cream?
That is incorrect.
Hey,
no,
that's what I guessed.
That's what Kelly guessed. Not correct. Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Tavy.
Tavy, do you know the answer? Post. Vanilla, ice, salt. What do the four things have in common?
White.
No, incorrect. Sorry. Blitz, good morning. What do those four things have in common? What's the connection?
I want to say, winter.
Winter, no, that's incorrect. Salt, ice, vanilla, post. What's the connection? Blitz, good morning.
Hi, is it ice cream?
Not ice cream, no.
Was that your guess, Kelly?
Yep.
Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
This is Chris.
Chris, what's the connection? Salt, ice, vanilla, post.
They're all musicians.
I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, wow.
They're all rappers' names.
Okay.
Salt from Salt and Peppa, Ice T, Ice Cube, you could go either, Vanilla Ice, and Post Malone.
How about
Very
that?
good. Good job. Yes. That is a pair of tickets to see Boba Flex this Saturday at Newport Music Hall. Who's this, man?
This is Chris.
Chris, you said that. I'm sorry. Chris, hang on. We'll get you hooked up, and we'll have another pair of tickets tomorrow, 99.7 The Blitz. So I think it was Thursday. Well, it had to be because Nora and the boys showed up on Friday. So, yeah, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, my nightly viewing was of G20, which is a new movie on Amazon Prime that was just released last week. And if you haven't seen the trailer yet, it's Viola Davis. Remember her from Getting Away with Murder? Is that what the TV show is called? How to Get Away with Murder. Amazing actress. The Woman King is another amazing movie she's in. She's good. And basically, she's the president of the United States, and she's meeting with other world leaders at the G20 summit. So they've taken this real-life scenario, there's something that does happen, and you get all the world leaders together. And then Anthony Starr, who has become really big since the TV show The Boys has come out, plays a terrorist leader, and he's got his group of terrorists, and they invade the G20 summit, and they lock it down, and Viola Davis happens to get away, and so now she has to take out the terrorists and hopefully come out victorious before the terrorists do whatever, they're trying to do.
Sounds like a season of 24.
Basically, It also sounds like 100 other movies out there.
Right. White House Down.
Where a terrorist comes in, and then someone somehow gets away, and then they spend the movie sneaking around, taking out terrorists one by one or whatever. And so it got me thinking, because we've done, Mount Rushmore Monday before, where we pick a category and then name our 4 favorite things in that category. But it got me thinking, I want to do the ultimate, which is basically the same thing, except we're narrowing it down. The ultimate. And we can do different categories, and this first category is the terrorist takeover movie. So what is the ultimate terrorist takeover movie? Now, this one actually does have a subcategory, and it's the president is involved somehow with the terrorist takeover movie. Because you can look at Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down, Air Force One, G20. Those are all, president involved terrorist take. But we're gonna open it up a little bit.
So it doesn't have to include.
Doesn't have to include the president. See, for me, hands down, 0 questions asked, my all-time favorite movie falls in this category. Die Hard is the ultimate terrorist takeover movie.
Oh. Yeah, with no president.
With no president.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah. This is a terrorist takeover movie. 800-821-9970.
Well, you just gave it.
Unless you don't like the movie Die Hard.
There's something wrong with you if you don't like the movie Die Hard.
I completely agree with you. 100%. But maybe not. No. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. What is the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Okay. I'm going to say the one I love the most, but I don't know if it's exactly in the category, but it's Argo with Ben Affleck.
Oh.
About the Iran hostage crisis? The
Yes.
Iran hostage crisis.
No.
So it's sort of an Iranian. That's kind of a terrorist adjacent type situation.
Okay, I mean, that's a stretch.
It's a
but-
stretch. All right. It is a stretch.
Because no one snuck away from those terrorists and is taking out the terrorists. That was about a fake movie plot to get the Americans back home.
Yeah, but it was highly dependent upon one man to get this enormous operation.
Okay, that's a good
underway.
argument. It's a decent argument.
Question.
Yeah.
Do aliens count as terrorists?
Oh.
Aggressive, violent
question.
aliens.
Valid
Yes.
question.
Because that will make my choice for me.
Kelly says yes. All right, hang on to your choice. Let's see what people are saying. 800-821-9970. We're playing the ultimate terrorist takeover movie. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
JR.
JR, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Dude, I love your choice, but for me, man, it's got to be Die Hard with a Vengeance. Die Hard 3.
Okay.
Die Hard
okay.
3.
See?
Okay.
Yeah?
Now, to me, Die Hard with a Vengeance, the third Die Hard movie, is the third best Die Hard movie. I think it goes Die Hard, and then it goes Live Free or Die Hard, the fourth movie.
Is that with the hacker?
The hacker.
Yeah, I love that one.
And then it's Die Hard 3.
Yes.
And then it's Die Hard 2. And then it's Die Hard 5, which never should have been made in the first place. So, JR, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Blitz, good morning. What is the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
So it's not one from America, but my favorite is a movie called Power Kids. It's a Thailand movie.
A Thailand movie. Okay, it's called Power Kids.
Yep.
All right, terrorist takeover movie.
Oh.
Someone sneaks. I'm assuming it's kids. Oh, which reminds me. Thank you for the call, by the way. The second best terror takeover movie, which I totally forgot until he said kids. Oh darn, not School Ties. Shoot, what is it called?
What do you mean?
Who's in it?
Sean Austin. Toy Soldiers. Yes.
Fantastic movie.
Great movie.
Yes.
Forgot about that one until he said kids. It's at the boarding school and the terrorists come in. Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Hello? Blitz, good morning.
Hello.
Hi. What's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
G.I. Joe 2.
G.I. Joe 2. All right, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah,
All right.
Okay, they invade they invade the White House, and they're taking over. What is that? Retaliation or something? G.I. Joe Retaliation,
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Nick.
Nick, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
You know what? It's a terrorist show, and it happened for multiple seasons. Everybody forgets about 24.
That's it.
Yeah, Thick was talking. Thick's a big fan of 24.
Oh, I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, man. Jack Bauer, CTU, buddy.
He is the greatest American hero ever.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the call, man. Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Candace, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
You guys he said aliens, and I was thinking Independence Day.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
That's what you think.
If aliens
really?
count.
Now, here's the only thing, though. Again, that's not one person or two people sneaking away to take out the aliens.
Well, that's true.
That's a whole group. That's a whole world.
Yeah.
All right,
fighting the
I have
aliens
one,
together.
though. Mars Attacks. It took a kid and his grandma. A kid and his grandma to figure out how to beat these aliens.
Actually, Krista says if aliens count, Mars Attacks 100%.
Yes,
vote.
exactly.
I love it. All right, 800-821-9970. We're doing the ultimate, narrowing it down. G20 is a good popcorn movie. I recommend if you're looking for something to watch this weekend or so, tonight, sometime this week, check it out. But I don't think it's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie. What is that one ultimate terrorist takeover movie? We'll get to yours next. 997 The Blitz. So at the end of last week, I watched G20 on Amazon Prime, new movie with Viola Davis and Anthony Starr. And, the plot's been done a million times. Group of people get together, group of terrorists come in, one or two people sneak away, and then they spend the whole movie sneaking around, taking out terrorists. And it got me thinking, the ultimate, which can be done with multiple categories. But this round of the ultimate is about terrorist takeover movies. My vote, Die Hard, the greatest terrorist takeover movie. Although, we did get a text from 0498 saying the only problem with Die Hard is they weren't terrorists, they were just high-class thieves. Which I responded, exceptional thieves.
That's right.
From the movie. So, Kelly, you said what's the greatest terrorist takeover movie?
I said Argo, but you said that's too much of a stretch. And I agree.
A little bit of a stretch.
A little bit of a stretch, yeah.
Thick.
Well, if we can count, a nation doing it, then I'm going to go with the 80s movie with Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. And
we had
Roadhouse? What is it?
No.
What movie?
Red Dawn?
Oh, Red Dawn.
Yes, Red
never
Dawn.
Seen it.
Love that movie. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, Kelly, you got to watch that.
We had a lot of votes through text for Red Dawn. 800-821-9970. What's the greatest terrorist takeover movie? I actually saw the remake before I saw the original, and then I went back and watched the original. They're both decent.
Of
Red Dawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I never saw
seen
the remake.
It's okay.
Yeah.
A little different because I think in the first one, is it North Korea that takes over in the
it's
first
Russia.
one? It is Russia.
Yes.
Okay. Because in the second one,
it's
the
North
remake
Korea.
is North Korea.
Okay.
Yep.
But you saw the second one first.
I did.
And you still like the original better? 80s version better?
They're both okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're both okay. I think it's interesting the way the movie ends, in that in both movies it's like there's no real answer.
No,
they're
not.
They're still on the run.
The war is still happening.
You're right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
AJ.
AJ, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Well, it wasn't really a terrorist takeover movie. It was actually about preventing a terrorist attack. But it was Deja Vu with Denzel Washington.
Oh, I remember that
Never
movie.
saw that.
That's a good
That
movie.
was a great movie. Yeah, because it was really imaginative. You know?
I agree. Original plot line. I mean, time travel is not exactly original, but it's good. It's good. However, it does not fit the category one bit. But thanks for playing along. I agree. Blitz, good morning. Who's this? Hello? Blitz?
Hey, good morning.
Hi. What's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Unthinkable with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
A little bit of a stretch. Not necessarily like one man running around trying to find the terrorists, but I agree that's a good movie.
It's going now.
It does, absolutely. Thanks for the call, man. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Rodney.
Rodney, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Man, if we're counting the aliens, we got to talk about the OG Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Predator.
Oh, man. Although, that's a bit of a role reversal, because that's one alien taking out an entire special teams force instead of...
Exactly. So that's kind of a stretch, but, man, you can't talk about it without that one.
If we think of U.S. Special Forces as the terrorists and then make the alien, or the Predator... The hero, then yeah, I could see it for sure.
Yeah, it all depends on what side of the story you're looking at.
Right, absolutely.
That's it. All right, Goose, thank you, buddy.
Thanks for the call, man.
It.
Have a good one. Another big one being mentioned that I can't believe hasn't really come up yet. The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. Amazing movie for sure. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
It's Will.
Will, what's the ultimate terrorist takeover movie?
Olympus Has Fallen.
That's a good one. That really is. I go back and forth. So you'll take Olympus Has Fallen over White House Down, which is really the exact same movie script that came out the exact same summer. I'm torn between the two.
I love White House Down.
I think it's a good one.
Great cast.
I just like Gerard Butler more than I like Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay.
So it's I'm kind of torn there. But I agree. That's a really good pick for sure. Thanks for the call. A lot of people saying Air Force One, of course.
Yep.
Another great one. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, if we're talking about aliens and everything, Men in Black should be mentioned, right?
I mean, if the aliens are invading, have taken, not taken over, but they're part of the world, and then you've got two people running around.
It's a small group.
It's a stretch, but I mean, if that's your pick, okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but okay. Thanks for the call.
I want that cat. I love Men in Black. I've seen it 50 times.
And let's see. Wait, there was one more that people kept bringing up. Darn
we got True Lies. That's a pretty good one.
True Lies, I love.
Lisa says Air Force One.
Yep. Get off my plane.
Brandon said Air Force One as well.
Okay.
Austin Powers.
I don't know if that one necessarily counts.
Oh, we love it,
99.7 The Blitz.
And now, three things you need to know before you go.
The Ohio State football team is visiting the White House today. President Trump is planning to congratulate the Buckeyes for winning the national championship back in January. OSU beat Notre Dame to take home the title following the first ever 12-team college football playoff. Ohio State President Ted Carter is joining Coach Ryan Day and the team for the White House visit. Did you see the spring game Saturday? No?
Yeah, not really. I saw a couple clips.
Yeah.
But
it was a nice day. We were driving through downtown on Saturday and saw a whole bunch of people out and about. And I heard there were like 40,000 people there.
Oh yeah. Oh, they
Good
go,
for them,
man. Regarding the visit, there's no shutdown now, so they're going to have something other than McDonald's to eat.
I'm sure the White House chef will whip something up.
Remember when there was a government shutdown?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what sport team was there, but McDonald's.
It was a basketball team. It was the national champions of the basketball team.
Was that what it was?
I think so.
Yeah, they all loved it. They said they had a great time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
A Wisconsin teenager charged in the February deaths of his parents faces wider allegations that he killed them to obtain the financial means to assassinate President Trump and cause a governmental collapse. That's according to a recently unsealed federal warrant. 17-year-old Nikita Kasap has been charged with first-degree murder, theft, and other crimes in the deaths of his mother and stepfather. Kasap has been in jail since his arrest last month. He's due in court next month, but federal authorities say he had detailed all of his plans in a 3-page anti-Semitic manifesto, praising Hitler and calling for the assassination of Donald Trump. And then once he carried out his plan, he was going to flee to Ukraine. Oh,
that whole sentence made no sense whatsoever.
No, and I mean, the fact is he went as far as to murder his parents.
That's the craziest
part. He was well on his way. I don't know how much further you get after that, but you ain't right in the noggin already. I would say. An all-female crew of celebrities will be aboard today's Blue Origin's flight to the edge of space. Katy Perry and Oprah's best friend, Gayle King. Would you ever get out from underneath being Oprah's best friend to have your own identity?
Nope.
So Katy Perry, Gayle King will be among 6 on board, joined by Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez. Do you ever get out from underneath being Jeff Bezos' fiance?
Nope.
So Lauren Sanchez will be there as well. Former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, research scientist Amanda Wynn, and movie producer Carrie Ann Flynn will all be on the flight. Liftoff scheduled for 9:30 this morning from Blue Origin's launch site in Van Horn, Texas. I'm never doing anything like that.
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat. Without a doubt. Go to the edge of space?
Yes. Take me.
I would go to space.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm all in.
Bon voyage. I would wish you well.
Adios. See ya. Get lost.
No.
Goodbye.
Those are your 3 things.
Well, if you're a golf fan or just a sports fan in general, then yesterday was a huge day. For golfers, it was the weekend of the year because it was Masters Week. And I'll tell you what, I've sat down and watched a lot of Sundays in April when the Masters rolls around. And this was probably one of the craziest Sundays ever when it comes to it. Not only a golf tournament as a whole, but a Masters tournament at that, the biggest tournament of the year. Instant classic as it's been described. Unbelievable. Rory came in after an unbelievable Saturday. He had a 3 or 4 shot lead to start the day, but he double bogeys the first hole. And then I think parred or bogeyed the second hole. And then Bryson DeChambeau made a couple birdies. And all of a sudden, that whole lead is gone. Bryson DeChambeau actually took the lead for a minute. And then Rory comes back, but then has a couple more bumps in the road.
Oh, that final 4 holes, he just almost collapsed.
Oh, my God. And then by the time it was all said and done, and then Justin Rose comes out of nowhere. And then on 18 makes it like a 30-foot putt to get to minus 11, and then Rory screws up on 18.
Wait, a 2-foot putt?
Yeah, missed the putt to win, goes to a playoff, and then Rory wins on the first hole, collapses, is bawling his eyes out. I mean, I'm glad he kind of curled into like almost like the fetal position on the green when he won.
Yeah.
Because he most certainly had snot bubbles.
Yes.
I mean, he was his back, he was just convulsing. I mean, and how would you not? How would you not? After this was his 11th attempt to win and finally got the career Grand Slam, which if you're not a golfer, you don't know, there's 4 major tournaments. He is only the 6th player ever to win all 4 majors and complete the career Grand Slam. And then, of course, the camera is walking backwards and zoomed in on him as he's walking up. He walks up to his wife and he's crying, kisses his child, starts crying. I'm bawling my eyes out. Because it's not only about this man accomplishing his goals that he obviously has worked hard for, but you see him hug his wife and kid, and so it gets me thinking, like, I want Nora to be that proud of me. I want to impress Nora that. It just gets in your head. He lost his father a few years ago. I mean, just the whole thing. And then screw Jim Nantz and his sultry tones.
I can't stand Jim Nantz.
Man, after all these years, Rory has done it. And it's just the way he talks. Shut up, Jim Nantz. You're making it worse. Good for Rory. So excited.
And Nantz needs to come up with a new line, because every time somebody new's about to win the Masters, he always says the same thing. Is it his time? Every time.
Unbelievable, though. Really, just such a cool thing to see. And again, if you're a golfer, man, it don't get any better than that. All right, speaking of sports, let's go into this new sport that's coming. Eric Zhu and Nick Smalls, Shane Fan and Garrett Nicomiko have recently raised $1 million in online funding for a new sport, which, by the way, you're going to be able to bet on. And if you're a racing fan, this could be for you, because sperm racing is coming to Los Angeles. They're live streaming the event April 25th from the Hollywood Palladium Theater on Sunset Boulevard. Tickets to go see this in person go on sale today. They have built... I love the look on your face, Kelly.
Live streaming.
Oh, my God.
They have built a microscopic racetrack so guys can go head-to-head and see who has the fastest swimmers. This is 100% real. The track mimics the dynamic of a woman's reproductive system, so there's no egg involved, but basically you'll guess who would reach the egg first. They say the point is to bring attention to fertility and turn health into a competition, because it's something you can train for like any other sport, they say. Oh, believe me, I know. I've been training for about the past 35 years.
Your whole life, yeah.
I mean, the thing is faster better?
I don't know.
Because we all know the story of the tortoise and the hare, right?
True.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I'm just picturing the fastest sperm in the group, and he's just got afterburners as he's just like, and hits the egg full speed like a crash test dummy.
How about, gentlemen, start your engines?
Oh. The first race is going to feature competitors from UCLA and USC. Oh, they're getting college kids to do this?
Of course they are.
But my question is, when does the race start? I'm very confused, because by no means are you going to get every guy to, 3, 2, 1, green light, shoot. Like,
I don't know, man.
Are they pre-tuning the car and then setting them all off on the same time? Is it like is it like when you're in the Boy Scouts and you build your, what's the wood block car?
Oh, yeah.
You build?
Yeah. Something derby.
The
boxcar
derby. Yeah. So you're building all your car first.
Soapbox derby.
Yeah.
Are you getting everything ready to go, and then they're inserting the racers? I want to know.
Let's crank it up.
Here's the thing: you can bet on this. Like the horse races.
Odds?
Yeah, like the horse race. Yeah. Oh. Look how Drew's turning up the car. You know he's got some fast swimmers. Yeah. Betting odds on Tyler are 3-2. What is sperm racing? I have to know.
When does it start?
This the 20. What is it? The 24th? 25th. Yeah, the 25th.
So a week from Friday.
I might have to live stream this.
I'm gonna see it. I gotta look at it.
Check it out.
For show research.
Absolutely.
You know.
So we can talk about it on the 27th.
Right.
Without a doubt. The other question, how do I enter the race? How do I enter the race? It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I'm going to read you a headline to get the story started. Edward Cocaine faces charges of aggravated assault, burglary with assault, and burglary and battery. And this story can only take place in one certain area of the country. Yes, we have ourselves a WTF. What the Florida? Brevard County, Florida. 45-year-old man was arrested after he pushed workers at a Brevard County Subway restaurant before pulling out a knife, according to the news release. Deputies said that on April 5th, a man later identified as Edward Cocaine went into the restaurant located on Charles Avenue in Merritt Island with another man. Cocaine got into an argument with employees over what he believed were their bad attitudes. And according to the sheriff's office, Cocaine became so irate with the employees that yelling at them from across the counter wasn't enough. So he went behind the counter and pushed one of the employees before pulling out a knife. Cocaine then raised the knife over his head, drawing it back in a manner suggestive of a potential strike, according to the probable cause affidavit. Deputies said the man with cocaine tried to restrain him before both men left the restaurant. And again, facing charges of aggravated. Okay, there's no way his legal name is Edward Cocaine.
I know. I feel like I've never heard that before.
There's a last name. No, never.
But, I mean, it's in all the reports. I have to assume they checked his ID.
Right.
Did he legally change his name?
But like Andy Dick, you wouldn't expect, that is the family name.
Yeah, true.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Good luck, Edward. I just feel like you were set up for failure if your name is Edward Cocaine.
That's right.
Right off the bat. This second story making national headlines. A evangelical church preacher from the 4th Street Evangelical Church by the name of CJ. I'm sorry. No, that's the host of the podcast. It was Andrew Eisker is his name. I can't even say anything. Let's just listen to what this Christian pastor had to say on a podcast.
I had to be molested at the airport to go to Florida, right? Just to get on an airplane because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine. It appears having a guy touch you all over the place is on its face seems worse, but you don't really know what those things are doing to you. So
where the imaging goes, or what they're doing,
because it's like
what they're doing in the back room.
They can just take a picture of me
sort of
naked, like no.
Yes.
Don't take a picture of me naked. I'd rather have you just grasp my junk.
The evangelical church preacher, who is strictly anti-gay, does not want to go through the TSA X-ray machine because it provides gay laser beams, which turns you gay. So I would rather have a male TSA agent grope all over my body.
Is that some kind of gay code?
Like, what? Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Yes, the call's coming from inside the house.
I do think it's much like if you're going to call in sick on Friday, on Thursday, you have to start rolling out the cough.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to announce that you're gay on a Friday, you have to start giving the reasons why on Thursday.
On Thursday, absolutely.
It's because I went through the gay ray.
I went through the gay ray.
Yeah.
They forced me to go through the gay ray. So now I woke up and I had to sign up for Grindr. Like, it's just 100%.
It's not my fault. Blame the airport.
I'm telling you, deep down, I feel bad for this man. I really do. Just come out. You will be so much happier.
Wow, look at how gay we are. I am so gay with my gayness.
I just can't. How can you even say those words with a straight face? I would rather have the male TSA agent touch me all over than go through a machine which doesn't touch me, because you know that machine has got gay rays.
Oh, my God. Where do they come from?
I don't know. That is your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz.
I'm tired of your goddamn rock and roll, anything goes lifestyle.
This is your Blitz Rock Rundown, the Monday morning edition.
Rock and roll! What's up, Tess? How are you?
Hi, good morning. Good, how are you doing?
Good. Let's get to the Blitz Rock Rundown. What you got for us this morning?
All right, Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace. They're teaming up for a co-headlining tour starting in August. No Ohio stops.
What?
Yeah, if you're down for a road trip, though, they'll be at Pine Knob Music Theater in Michigan.
I love Pine Knob. Great venue.
I always wondered, because that's like the closest stop usually whenever they don't, like a band doesn't come to Ohio. It's either Louisville, Kentucky, or there.
Yep, one of those pavilion-style, grassy knoll type outdoor venues.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that is September 20th. And then it's like a 3.5 hour drive from Columbus, and it's a Saturday, so you could make a weekend out of it. Now,
we'll get 3 Days Grace at Sonic.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting to. Thick Rick.
Jeez.
Breaking Benjamin and Stain, they're on their Awake in the Fallen tour, and they're coming to Blossom in Cleveland May 19th, Riverbend in Cincinnati on May 25th, and then 3 Days Grace, Sonic on Thursday, and then Incarceration on the 20th of July.
I would go see Breaking Benjamin 3 Days Grace.
Oh, yeah, good show.
Good show together. I might have to make that road trip. If you plan on getting tickets, give me a call. Give you some great places to stop, make a weekend out of it. Give us some great places, restaurants to eat at in Detroit and things like that. We'll get you hooked up.
Kirk Hammett of Metallica. He's coming to Columbus to hang out at the library. He'll be He'll be talking about his music career, his new coffee table book that tells stories about his insane guitar collection and all the stories behind him.
Now, is there a bar in town called the Library, or is he literally going to the library?
There is a bar in town called the Library, but he's actually coming to the downtown library. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it cost to go? I mean, what's the deal? Is there a list to get in, or
tickets just went on sale on Friday?
Tickets on sale.
$25. That's it to get into this.
Wait,
it's on Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m.
Just pay $25 to hear some musician come and speak.
It's Kirk
at the
Hammett.
Library. Okay, I get it's Kirk Hammett. Play your guitar. Am I getting some music out of this for my $25?
I would hope so.
A little acoustic set.
I can listen to you yammer anytime.
I would love for Kirk to bust it out and be like, wee, 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 wee. And the librarian's like, shh.
Which library? Is it the main one downtown?
Main Columbus Metropolitan Library downtown. It's on Saturday, May 10th, 7 p.m.
I mean, how about just let me in with my library card? How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Then I'll come.
I also really want to see the group of people that are Kirk Hammett and Metallica fans all walking in as a group into the downtown library. just black.
I'll be leading
chain
the way.
wallets, hoodies.
Hey, now, easy.
Am I wrong?
Do I have a chain wallet?
No, but you got a black hoodie on.
Okay, I do. Don't lie.
You just proved my point.
Ronnie Hunter posted all the info at theblitz.com where you can get your tickets and everything. Okay, let's go to Green Day real quick. Right before their Coachella set this weekend, they dropped a new single called Smash It Like Belushi. It'll be on their deluxe version of their Saviors album coming out on May 23rd.
I feel like I should be a marionette right now. Hey. I feel like the street performer in New Orleans who has the marionette puppet that plays the drums. That's what this drum sounds like to me.
When they drop the song, they post it on social media that they have a few more tricks up their sleeves in the coming weeks.
Was one of them to fire a firework into the crowd and light up a palm tree? Went up in flames.
Yeah, I read about that last night. Last I heard, there was no one injured.
Just the palm tree.
Just the palm tree, yeah.
One of their pyrotechnics set a palm tree on fire?
Yeah.
Great.
And a lot of people are like, listen, the California wildfires just happened. You're really going to have pyro?
Yeah, that really feels like a weird move.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do a new trick for us, how about a good song? That'd be a good trick.
Burn, David.
Man, it's Green Day.
Double
burn.
It's just gotten so weird.
All right, let's talk about Weezer, this whole thing. Weezer's bassist Scott Schreiner, his wife, 51-year-old Jillian Schreiner, she was shot by LA police on Tuesday during a crazy hit-and-run suspect search in her neighborhood. Cops say that they saw her come outside with a gun, pointing it at one of the male suspects who was in her next-door neighbor's backyard in his underwear, swimming in their pool. And police claim that they told her to drop the gun multiple times, but that she fired one shot. And one of the officers fired back, hitting her in the shoulder. So she goes back inside, comes back out later on with her hands up, and they take her to the hospital. Non-life-threatening injuries. She was charged with attempted murder and released on a $1 million bond.
And we have no new information about this story. Like, how are they not following up on this?
I have no idea. I looked this morning. I didn't see anything new, other than Weezer still did perform at Coachella.
At Coachella, right. That's so odd. I like, what? You can't have a... but you're gonna... But how you... What?
Yeah.
Hey, they covered Enter Sandman in their set Saturday. I wonder what that sounded like. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm curious.
Weezer playing Enter Sandman?
Yeah.
He doesn't exactly have the voice for Enter Sandman.
We need to ask Matt Glocky to have Enter Sandman done as Green Day.
Oh, the TikTok performer? Yeah.
No, it's Weezer.
It's Weezer doing...
We're doing Sandman's
Sandman,
Weezer. I'm
yeah.
sorry, not Green Day. Yeah.
Well, that was it. That was your Blitz rundown.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate it. And when you have more information about that whole shooting Weezer story, I want to know, because this woman's got to be going to jail for a little bit.
I wonder what their relationship is like. You know, that the fact that he didn't care, yeah, we're going to play anyway.
Right.
You know,
that's
maybe
the other
they
crazy
don't have
part.
a good relationship or something. I don't know.
Your wife just had a run-in with the police and was shot. And then a couple days later, you're going to perform at Coachella.
And this woman's been through it. She's being treated for cancer. She just had a hysterectomy. And...
oh, my God.
She was... I don't know what was going on in her body with all the chemicals that are pumped through your body when you're getting chemotherapy.
Right.
And then you have a really invasive surgery, and they tear out your reproductive system. What kind of pain meds are going on there?
Amok in
straight,
your body.
And then you
into
have
menopause.
a disturbance in your backyard. You don't know what's going on. You got a kid. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe...
is there an argument to be made for, like, medically induced insane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Temporary insanity.
For sure.
Yes.
And I'm also wondering if that had anything to do with it, and if the officers were on the other side of the fence, she wasn't actually, like, trying to shoot at officers, because that's what the story kind of made it sound like.
They told her to drop the gun, like, numerous times.
I mean, if you're one fence line over, pretty sure you're pointing the gun at the cops. Like, that's so weird. Well, Tess, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to check out the Rock Report, you can do so at blitz.com. It's 997 The Blitz. All right, I saw this article, and it's kind of interesting, because I'm not one to necessarily believe in this kind of stuff. I think that we are still have very much to learn about the human brain and all the inner workings. And so I'm not much for, like, a dream interpretation. Do you follow that, Kelly, at all?
No, I do think sometimes when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I know why I dreamed this weird dream, because I was, doing this thing yesterday that sort of associates. So I get sort of an association your brain makes to work things out.
Yes, I completely agree with that. You're like, oh, why did this thing happen? Oh, just a day or two ago, I was talking to this person, or I was involved in this sort of... So it kind of ties in.
Yeah,
but the dream interpretation of, like, if you're dreaming of it raining, then you're thinking about sex. Or they try and...
If your teeth are falling out in your dream, that means...
Right, exactly.
Something.
I'm a little leery on that kind of stuff.
Okay.
However, I did see this article, and, psychologist Emma Kenny says that, all of us... About 90 to 97% of us have some sort of sexual fantasy. However, a lot of times it's tied to emotional needs, which I can somewhat see. So she broke down some of the sexual fantasies people have. And I want to see if you necessarily agree or disagree with this, okay? The number one fantasy, the mysterious stranger, a steamy hookup with a sexy stranger who sweeps you off your feet. What it could mean, you're craving excitement or mystery in your life. It's a desire to want to feel wanted and rediscover your adventurous side. You're kind of like a little more subdued, a little more secluded, so you want this wild adventure in your life.
Okay.
I'd say that kind of makes sense. Basically, most of these are like kind of the opposite of if you're fantasizing about this thing, then you might be in this little bubble. and you're trying to break out of this bubble. Like the power play. The fantasy is one person takes control, you're the boss, or they're the boss.
Oh, BDSM.
Kind of, but maybe not to that level, but something a bit more of a controlling manner. It means trust, surrender, and breaking free from daily responsibilities. Again, it's all about control or giving up control.
They say a lot of people who are very powerful in real life, like they have a lot of control over people and stuff, that they do fantasize about being dominated.
Right, yeah, for sure. Yeah. The threesome, a fantasy a lot of people have had, you and your partner, and then one or two extras. Then that means you're all about curiosity, novelty, and the desire to feel wanted, especially if there's more than one person involved. You want to be wanted by more than one person. So this fantasy is all about exploring new experiences without baggage involved. So you can just do it without feeling bad about it or worrying about what your partner's going to feel. Risky business, getting it on in a forbidden place like the office, the beach, or the movies. They said you're craving some thrill seeking. Obviously, you're craving some spontaneity and breaking the routine of your life. If you have a very structured life, this could help you break out of it. The celebrity crush. A steamy scene with your favorite pop star or Hollywood crush says you are all about escapism and wanting to get out of the current life you're in. I mean, again, these are kind of making sense. The breakup to makeup. Basically fighting hard and then having that passionate romp makeup session. It says you're attracted to drama and emotional intensity. You want that fierceness in your life.
So you're a drama queen?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So, again, I kind of see, depending on what fantasy you have, again, these all kind of break down into breaking out of a certain bubble. You feel locked in a certain type of life and you're trying to not get out of it, but just maybe step out of the comfort zone once in a while, which I could totally see.
Did you ever see Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus?
No, they just got canceled.
Well, it's ending, and it already ended its 4th season, so they're going to be putting a reimagined final episode out on Apple TV Plus this week. But in one of the seasons, I can't remember which, every single person in the office, like the higher level people, had dreamed that they had sex with the CEO. And they're like, so the girl's like really bothered that she kept having these dreams about the main character, Ian. And it was really bothering her. But then she talked to another guy who's working, and he's like, oh yeah, I have those all the time. Like every person in the office is having these dreams about Ian.
About the boss?
Yeah, and they all mean different things to each different character.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's very hard when you kind of just group together people like that, especially when it comes to fantasies, dreams, things involving the human brain.
Yeah.
There's just so much we don't know.
So much going on out there. Yeah.
And we're all different. And so you can look at some similarities, but to say this is, 100% the answer, very difficult to do for sure. Yes, 997 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
A scooter rider seriously hurt following a crash over the weekend. It was reported at North High Street and Goodale just before 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon. Police say a driver in a maroon SUV turned right in front of the scooter rider, and then the scooter rider had to swerve and then slammed into a parked car. And that person was injured. The SUV driver did not stop. The injured person remains hospitalized at Grant Medical Center. At least when I hit a bicyclist on campus, and they're fine, don't worry about it, but I was about 20 years old or so, and my cousin and I were in my car, and I pulled out a Wendy's, and I hit somebody on a bicycle. Not hard. I was rolling. I was going about 1 mile an hour, but the person got knocked over. And I at least got out of my car and asked if they were okay. You don't take off.
Yeah, you're not supposed to take off.
Jeez.
I did get in an altercation one time with a gentleman in Denver because we were out and about and we rented some of those scooters.
Yeah.
That they keep downtown now, the little...
Yeah, that's what this was. Yep.
And I came flying off the curb and almost hit the side of his car. And he got out and was very mad. Thought I hit his car. But I didn't. And he didn't believe me, and we almost got into it. But I stayed.
Yeah.
I didn't just run away. You can't just hit something and run away.
You can't. Somebody hit me when I was running once by a car. I got hit. And they at least asked if I was all right.
Were you?
Yeah, we live in a society, people. When we're hitting each other with our cars, you have to stop and ask if you're okay.
I think that's written down somewhere in the rule book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Britain's second largest city, Birmingham, smells like rotting warm garbage right now thanks to a 6-week standoff between striking trash truck workers and the city council. There are mountains and mountains of uncollected garbage lining the streets. People are sneaking out in the middle of the night with all their garbage in their trunk, and they're dumping it off in other neighborhoods.
Oh, my God. Don't you, subcontract? Don't you get some pikers out there to pick up the trash at this point? That's unsanitary and disgusting.
It is disgusting. There's rotting food, garbage. There's a restaurant over. He's like, I sell food here. This is a restaurant. I can't even open because it smells so bad, and the rats are so bad outside. I mean, they have grown. There's been an exponential increase in rats and mice.
Absolutely.
Because of all this garbage.
And they're not going to go anywhere. Even if you get rid of all that trash, the rats aren't going to go anytime soon.
They're going to go inside your house because they're like, hey, well, we got a lot of food here before. There must be some inside this house. Like, you're creating an enormous problem that's not going to end when this trash strike ends.
100%.
You idiot, Rachel. I thought this was interesting, and then come to Google that this is not abnormal for high schools to require students who attend the prom to take a breathalyzer before they go inside. This is going on this year at South Milwaukee High School. A letter on the school's website states that when students arrive to prom, quote, they will go through a weapons detection, have their belongings searched, and will be breathalyzed.
That's weird.
Yeah.
If you want to walk, if you believe that you, for safety's sake, you need a metal detector, that's very unfortunate. But okay, fine. A breathalyzer? Come on, let them eat cake.
It's not the cake that's the problem.
If they're going to drink before they go in.
Either prove that you have a limo driver, or you have an Uber coming to get you, or take a breathalyzer. One or the other. Prove you have a designated driver, or take a breathalyzer.
To get, obviously, yes, there's a safety concern when it comes to driving and stuff. I'm not denying that. But being a little buzzed before you go to prom, come on. Yeah. If you're in a limo, if you're getting dropped off, take yourself a little nip.
You're all tailgating out in the parking lot, right?
Come on.
I mean, I imagine that's what the cool kids were doing. I wasn't.
No, you're in.
Oh, I'm so straight-laced. I follow every rule. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kelly's a rule follower.
I was. I told Vic I don't even know anybody was having sex in high school. That's how.
Oh,
sheltered.
Yeah. No clue. No idea that was going on. No.
Well,
yeah. So I guess kids were drinking too? That's what I'm hearing?
Yes, they were doing that. They absolutely were.
All right, those are your three things.
It's amazing how a movie will come out, and during the trailers, during the hype, you know when it's going to have a huge opening weekend. Yeah. But it's more interesting when a movie gets word of mouth and then explodes. And that trend continues for the Minecraft movie. You know, it had moderate estimates before the movie opened up. Experts said it's going to open up to so much money. And then it kind of broke those expectations. But then, with the help of social media, with the help of Chicken Jockey, the movie's gone viral. People posting all the craziness that happens when the Chicken Jockey scene comes out and people are throwing popcorn, which then escalated into people throwing confetti cannons. And the one that happened this past weekend, I can't remember if it was on Friday or Saturday, but 2 college kids brought a live chicken with them to the movie.
How'd they get it in?
No idea.
What?
No idea. But when the scene happened, one college student sat on the other college student's shoulders. He lifted him up, and they held the chicken up Simba style and let the chicken go.
Chicken Jockey!
Yep. And then the chicken was seen running through the halls of the movie theater.
I'm sorry, that's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
The movie surpassed $200 million, is now the top-grossing North American film so far of 2025. And it's going to continue to grow. I guarantee it'll be even bigger this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's all about the clicks. How crazy can you get?
Can you get a live chicken in?
The director of the movie says it's weird that cops are being called over, people cheering and throwing popcorn. You know what? If they're throwing popcorn, that's one thing. When you start throwing confetti, and bringing live chickens, that's a whole nother story.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't think the movie's going to slow down this weekend. It's a couple weeks here where there's no real huge movie opening up. I know I'm definitely going to go see The Amateur this weekend with Rami Malek. That looks really good, but that didn't have huge pre-opening numbers or pre-opening hype. And then The Accountant 2 is also coming here in a couple weeks, which I really want to see with Ben Affleck returning as the accountant. Will that take down and become the number one movie over the Minecraft movie? I don't know. The Minecraft movie may rule all of April. We'll have to see. 997 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning after you killed a bunch of brain cells over the weekend. I think a lot of us have talked about this before, and not to get political, but I think one thing we can agree upon is a lot of people have talked about term limits for people like in Senate or Congress, or even lifetime appointed members of the Supreme Court.
Yeah, there's got to be checks somewhere.
Yeah, and this is kind of crazy. In 1878, there was a U.S. Supreme Court justice by the name of Ward Hunt, and he suffered a stroke that left him unable to either attend court sessions or to render opinions on anything that came before the Supreme Court. Yet he refused to resign for another 4 years from his post.
What?
And it wasn't political. It was, he only did it so he could stay long enough to claim his pension.
Ah.
Like, how is that allowed? You can't even do your job, and yet you refuse to retire. Seems a bit odd.
You should be fired.
You would think so.
Or, laid off or something.
This is pretty crazy. The day after Osama bin Laden's death, Disney tried to trademark the name SEAL Team 6, but was rejected.
You think?
What? What makes... Who was like, we could probably get? We could probably get the name SEAL Team 6, even though it's already in use. Even though the government already, kind of owns that, obviously.
Right.
Why would you think you could trademark that?
I don't know. Ohio State thought they could trademark the...
Don't even get me started. For the original Nintendo to be compatible with European TVs, there had to be a special version of the games that actually ran 17% slower. And so it was much easier to beat the game or to play the game because obviously the game's operating at a slower speed. Yeah. I don't know how do you turn down the speed on a game? I don't know. I'm no computer science engineer. I don't know how that works. But the actual games were 17% slower.
Just to make it easier.
Well, it didn't. It had to be compatible with the TVs. So I'm assuming the refresh rate or whatever is going on with the TVs. But yeah, like, could you imagine? Because, growing up, we definitely had dun 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 dun. That was the underwater Mario theme.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine it was dun dun dun.
Right.
Dun,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Dun dun dun. Vlasic Pickles, very famous pickle company, and if you've seen the commercials or seen their bottles, they've got a stork as their mascot.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess as to why Vlasic Pickles has a stork as their mascot? It's pretty obvious.
Pregnant women love pickles.
It's exactly it.
That's the only thing I could think.
That's exactly what it is. Pregnant women are known to crave pickles, and so Vlasic wanted to get the pregnant woman market and made a stork their mascot.
Pickles with peanut butter and tomatoes on a bread.
No, thank you.
Sandwich. It's just weird.
No, thank you. And finally, we told you last week, in case you didn't know, that Chuck E. Cheese, the E stands for entertainment. His full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. But there's another reason Chuck E. Cheese loves celebrating birthdays. A very famous place to go get birthdays. And apparently Chuck E. Cheese is all about birthdays because according to a book on his origin story, he's an orphan who didn't know his own birthday, so he loved other kids' birthdays and helping them celebrate. Kind of sad.
Wow.
But it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're going to have an origin story as to why you like birthdays, I guess that's a good reason.
Happy.
There you go. Learning you some stuff on a Monday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.